Hi guys, and welcome to another collab soap. So today, actually yesterday, was the release of the spring collab. I am a day late, but it's done. So this is Flower Power. Renee once again put together another amazing collaboration. So for this one, you had to draw your inspiration from a flower. You had to use the color pink plus another color, either green, yellow, purple, red, orange, I think. You had to use a natural ingredient, whether that be a clay, charcoal, dried flowers, whatever. And then you had to either do an embed or piping or both. So, yeah, mine didn't quite go as planned. Mine was a struggle from the get-go. From getting it actually done to the whole process of making it, it was all a struggle. But I have a soap. It's done. It's not my best, but it's here. So without further ado, here we go. Hi guys, and thanks for stopping by. So today's the spring 2020 collab soap, and we are doing the heat transfer method. Let's be honest and just get this out there now. If you ever see me doing the heat transfer method, it's because I did not have time to prepare. I've done it once before on here, and honestly, there is no reason not to do heat transfer. I don't dislike it in any way. I don't know, I just personally like to do it my other way, where I have everything heated up then cooled down. But when I have not prepared, this is what we do, and you'll clearly be able to tell I'm not prepared due to the fact that this is probably being uploaded the day after the rest of the collab hit. I obviously had every intention of getting this done on time, but life happened. A lot of life happened, and it ended up pushing this back. And I am making this now on the day sorry, that the collab soap is supposed to be hitting, instead of posting my video like everyone else. But that is okay. I'm so sorry guys, I inhaled something. It's like I've got a tickle on my throat. I did it earlier. Thought I got rid of it by now. So anyways, point is, it's getting done late, but it's getting done. So here I have all my hard butters and oils. Just threw my lye into my water, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour this over, use it to melt all these, and then we'll go from there. So this is just going to require a lot of stirring, and I'll basically bring you back when this is ready to have everything else added to it. Alright, so it looks like all of these are melted. It definitely went much better than last time I did the heat transfer method. I don't know why. Last time my oils, I kind of had them sitting overnight and they got way too cold, so they took much longer to melt. Needless to say, this was much easier this time. So these are my liquid oils. I have my kaolin clay, my buttermilk powder, not my Tessa soap. My Tessa soap was in there, and sodium lactate, that's what it's called, inside this bowl. So now that I've got these all mixed up and they're cooling down enough, I'm gonna go ahead and pour these in there. I already poured just a little bit of these off into containers for mixing, and there's our first spill. Let's see how many we can get today. Already added some of those oils, poured them off into the containers to mix some of my colorants with, because I'm using pigments and whatnot. So I just want to make sure they get well mixed. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir this up for a little bit. I am not going to stick blend it until I separate it into the colors. So we're just going to get this stirred up really nicely so that everything is incorporated. No loose oils, and then I'll go ahead and start doing the colors. So this is Flower Power Collab. And I was like, all right, I have no idea what to do. So I was like, let's see what Indiana's state flower is. And it's a peony. And I was like, you know what, that is perfect because I know I have a peony fragrance. So that's what we're doing. If I'm being honest, I am 100% winging this design. I had a great design drawn and made. I had all these ideas. And as I've lost time, the ideas have just slowly been knocked off. Originally, I was going to do a sculpted layer on the bottom of green to look like a stem and leaves, and pour an in the pot swirl of pinks and whites on to look like the flower in and of itself, and then put a bee in bed. Then I was like, well, I don't really have time for that. Let's just do the white and pinks and make it look like flower. But I just couldn't bring myself to not do the green. It just didn't flow the same. So instead, I'm just gonna pour a layer of green and do some texturing with a spoon and then pour on top. And we're just gonna have I guess a more abstract idea of the flower. But you know what? That's okay. Again, it's getting done, and I don't know what else to do. Hopefully it ends up looking decently. That's about all I can hope for at this point. So I'm going to be using some rose clay that I have from Mad Mica, or a little bit of that pink color. Get that into this one right here. Get that blended up. On the green layer, I'm going to be using some matte woodland green pigment powder that I have from Crafter's Choice, which is wholesale supplies. Plus, I need another container. Hold on. I knew I had it up here for a reason. We're gonna see how those look. Add more as needed. I really hate powders and jars and bags, and yet I continually buy them. And mix these. Right, so then I'm going to do another layer of a little bit of white, which I'm going to use this white satin mica from Micas and More. Try and use that instead of just regular titanium dioxide today. I do have my titanium dioxide just in case I need to add a little bit. And then our final pink is going to be pink watermelon, which is one of my weird little mica packets that I got off Amazon because I have realized I don't have any micas. And that is probably largely due to the fact that I have a problem, and anytime I have any money to buy supplies with, I buy fragrances. So I've noticed I don't really have any micas, which is probably a little bit of a problem. It's actually a lot of a problem. But yeah, so I need to fix that. Like right now, Aztec is having a big sale next week because it's their anniversary sale, and all I want to do is go buy stinking fragrance oils on their sale next week. But I'm like, I really need to buy base oils. Like, I am out of some of my oils and butters I need to make this, and I barely have any lye left, and goodness knows if I don't have that stuff, this isn't getting done. So I actually need to buy those, but I really don't want to. Oh. And then I really probably need to buy, I don't know, micas, so I can actually color my soap. I really would like to buy some glitters. I should probably get some of those because I don't really have those either. So, but it never fails. I'm like addicted to fragrance oils. I love my fragrance oils, and so I always just want to go buy those instead of, I don't know, other stuff. So I need to Never forget this. I need to go buy not fragrances. I do not need to buy fragrances. Wow. I need to buy colorants and probably glitters and oils and lye and the less fun stuff. I don't know, colorants are fun, don't get me wrong. Anyways, I'm gonna finish getting all these mixed and I will bring them back. And by bring them back, I mean I will bring you back after I add these colorants and then give them a little stick blend. Then we'll get to pouring. Okay guys, so I realized I almost had a stupid, and I'm so glad I looked over and noticed I didn't add my fragrance to any of this. So I'm using Peony fragrance, which is apparently a knockoff of Bath & Body Works by Crafter's Choice, which is wholesale supplies. So I already blended all of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this in. And just kind of hand blend it in a little bit. This does not have any vanilla content in it. I did not check how it behaves. So we're gonna pray for the best. Just kind of stir that in by hand a little bit. Pray it doesn't do anything funky. And then go ahead and pour this. So I'm going to let this set up. And we're gonna do some texturing with a spoon to kind of give that abstract feel of maybe leaves. I don't really know at this point. We're just gonna have to really, really hope that we kind of get an impression of leaves and flowers, and if not, then, well, at least it'll smell good. Right. Well, I'll bring it back when this is set up and do some texturing and then pour the rest. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna attempt to swirl these. These have set up some, oops, shoot, there it goes. More so than the green. So, plan is in the pot swirl. See what happens. They're thick. Seriously, you guys can, like, I know I'm normally a hot mess soaper, but like, it isn't obvious that I am on the fritz with making this soap. I don't know what, yeah. This is why procrastination is bad. I mean, I had some legitimate reasons, I'll be honest. But regardless, this is just why you should never wait till the last minute for things. Because I think this is all just becoming one color. I'm gonna have a soap. That's the good part. I will have a soap. It may be nothing like I intended, but I'm gonna have a soap. And that may just have to be good enough. It'll smell good. It might be a little pretty, hopefully. And then it is what it is. I could have sat out and not participated at all, but I really want to do this. I've been planning for it for a long time, and I had ideas for it. Now I just kept thinking, I'm gonna get time. I know I am. And then things just kept coming up. I've been dealing with some medical issues personally, which has required a lot of me spending a lot of time at the the doctors, back and forth. And it just kept going and going. And then my husband's been on extended shifts. So I'm always like, oh, I'll get it done after the kids go to bed. And then realistically, once the kids go to bed, I'm exhausted and I'm in bed. And yeah, well, we're gonna go with that just because I've got to get this poured before I just have a bucket of hard soap. I'm pretty sure that's gonna end up combining. I'm pretty sure I also just missed my mold. Yep. So, I don't know. Can't say really. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, okay, so this is just falling into the green. Son of a gun. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a disaster, guys. I am not proud of this in any way right now. Jeez. It's just... nothing is really going right with this soap right now. The green's not setting up, but the pinks are setting up. I knew I shouldn't have stick blended them until the green was good, but for some reason I was like, oh, I'll just go for it. It's the worst that could happen. It shouldn't be that bad, right? Wrong, Becca, wrong. Always go with your gut. And don't stick blend until the rest is ready. Well, pretty sure this entirely broke through the green, which means there is going to be just random green. And then I don't know that this swirl in the pot swirl worked at all. And this may be a really ugly, funky soap. And if I post this video and I'm showing it to you guys, I honestly don't know why, besides the fact that I guess showing that not every batch goes perfectly. Because that's about the only reason right now I'm considering posting this. Because I am far from thrilled. Obviously, you never know until you cut, but some things you also just can kind of know. I can kind of know that this is not looking good. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this top smoothed out. Trying to decide if I want to waste using glitter on the top of it or not. And then I'll spray it with some rubbing alcohol and let it sit until probably tomorrow morning. And then go ahead and cut it from there. Wow, that is really bad looking. I am not happy with this. Well, if fall isn't too terrible, I'm gonna make little bees. They'll be pasted onto, like glued onto the what's it called? The fronts of the bars after they're cut. And yeah, it's supposed to look like a bee sitting on a flower. Pretty sure it's just gonna be a bee sitting on a hot mess of weird colors. But that's it. I'll spray this without rubbing alcohol. That'll sit. And I guess I'll probably be bringing you back for the cutting. Okay, so back to cut it. I'm really struggling. I don't even want to cut it. It's very clear when I pulled it out of the mold that the pink did go ahead and pour through that green layer. And I am just struggling with like being really disappointed in this. And I don't really want to cut it. I know I said we were going for abstract, but I wasn't maybe going for quite this abstract. So yeah, there's way too much green. Oh my goodness. It's supposed to be like, you know, the quarter, like half the amount of the green that there is, so that there's actually flower, because now I don't know what it looks like, but it certainly doesn't look like a flower. There's way too much green. I did go ahead and put glitter on the top. Probably can't see it from this angle. No, you can't. There's glitter on top. I tried to, I don't know, pretty it up some, I guess. Okay, it's a little better. It's a little better. There's no, I mean this side and then this side. There's no, obviously, like texture, and the swirling is not great, but I mean, I have a soap, I guess. And then, ooh, these little guys I made to stick on there. It's kind of cute when you put the bee on there. The bees are a little rough. I ended up making them, I made my own mold for them, actually, which I have a video on. Eventually I'll get there, because I just wasn't finding one that I liked, and I thought about just doing like the Wilton sugar candy cupcake topper things, but they were really expensive for what I was wanting to do, so I decided to venture into making my own silicone molds, which was really fun, actually. Okay, so it's not as bad as I expected. I wouldn't call it a flower, but I guess technically the requirements were met. And I have soap that functions, and honestly I cannot smell it today because my nose is kind of awfully stuffed. I have this horrible thing that anytime the weather goes up and down, I just get sick, and so we've been in the 30s and stuff here in Indiana. And now we just bumped up to like mid 50s. We're talking low 30s, high 20s, to like low 50s. And so I woke up with a stuffed nose. So I'm going to have my husband smell it when he gets home to see if it actually smells any good. I know the peony fragrance smells good out of the bottle, so I'm gonna guess that this smells decent enough. But anyways, that is my Collab soap. I mean, it's soap. I can't say I am horribly excited about it. I can't say I'm super proud of it. I can definitely not say it is my best soap. But guess what? It got done. It met the requirements. And you know, I really didn't even think it was going to get done with everything that was going on. in my life, more or less everything that seemed to go wrong with this soap. So anyways, if you liked this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to keep going with my Hot Mess Express soap adventures, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you get updates on any further videos. I can promise they will probably be just as much a hot mess as this. And then, beyond that, thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you next time.
They got